I realize that you are probably frustrated. I realize that training is hard, and it's hard sometimes when you are training hard and you're not seeing any gains. For a long time, I was that skinny guy. I grew up getting made fun of. A lot of the times I felt invisible. For the first, 12, 13 years of my life, I was super skinny. And at one point, I started to put on size. Even that, I put on too much size and I got fat. So I was fat for a minute. I've been down, I've been up, skinny and fat multiple times, back and forth. I've lost fat multiple times. And, I started a lot of this when I was just a young, natural, skinny dude, probably like 15 years old. I wasn't doing no fitness drugs, no steroids, no nothing like that. I don't even really know about them that much. Over the years, I've probably done like a decade of my own personal research, note taking. I've spent a lot of those years coaching others and training with other guys. So I know what it's like to put in that work and feel like you're not getting anything in return. So I think that in this video, I'm going to try and reveal the reasons why you're probably stuck. These are the hidden factors that no one is willing to tell you. No one's willing to talk about it. These are hidden factors that can sabotage your growth tremendously. So let's see. More importantly, I will show you the exact areas that you need to fix to finally start putting on muscle. I think the plan is that we'll cover 3 critical areas that are often overlooked by skinny guys that are training super hard that aren't gaining muscle. And then I think I'll quickly introduce how my system directly addresses these issues. Just a quick heads up. If you're serious about fixing these problems today and want my complete step-by-step blueprint, there's a link in the description. After this video, you can check it out. You'll find a free training. You can book a strategy call with me, gain exclusive access to my school community and my full fitness program there. It's designed specifically for skinny, young, natural guys just like you who are trying to finally build serious muscle. Okay, let's move on with the video. Let's go over the hidden nutrition gap. Let's see. You train hard, but you're not gaining. You probably ask yourself why. Most likely, you're just not eating enough calories or you're not hitting your macros correctly in order to grow. Your body isn't getting the building blocks that it needs to repair and grow muscle. But on top of that, you're probably feeling constantly hungry, tired, or frustrated by like a stagnant scale that isn't moving. Thinking you do eat a lot, but why are you still scrawny? I'll tell you right now that the solution isn't just to eat more. It's about strategically fueling your body correctly for muscle protein synthesis. That way you can build natural muscle. I'll tell you that you don't need like a precise, consistent caloric surplus with adequate protein. You do need to hit those things. You do need to be precise. You do need to consistently hit your calories in a surplus while having enough protein. You also need to focus on your carbs and fats. However, those aren't as important as mainly being in that caloric surplus and hitting your protein goals too. So, what does that include? That includes understanding nutrient timing. It includes how to be smart with your dieting. And, you also want to be budget friendly with your meal strategies on top of that too, especially if you're like a young guy and you might be, trying to save money. So, as for like my own experience, I made this mistake for years. I really thought I was eating enough, but I think I was barely maintaining. But once I learned how to count my calories and track my macros, and I dialed in consistently to clean, just surplus eating, that's when my growth finally started to explode, and I really started to put on some good size. Just a reminder, my program teaches you exactly how to eat for clean gains, including hard gainer meal hacks and detailed meal plans, so you can stop guessing. The other issue is recovery. There's a good chance that you're pushing hard in the gym, but are you recovering enough? Muscle grows outside the gym during your recovery. Recovery is literally half the battle. So, you could be overtraining. You might be experiencing, chronic soreness. You're probably tired. You're probably fatigued. You probably feel like you've been hitting plateaus. You're also at an increased injury risk from all that training. And you might be feeling burnt out despite you actually wanting to build muscle and get bigger. So, what's the solution? Recovery is more than just rest days. It's about your sleep optimization. You got to manage your stress, and you want to actively, do these different recovery protocols. If you train hard enough and you train long enough, you're also going to need structured deload weeks and structured protocols for that active recovery, like I mentioned earlier, which is, can be a plethora of things from cold therapy, heat therapy, stretching, all sorts of things. On top of that, you also need to be able to manage your stress, whether that be your work stress or stress in life in general. If you're stressed all the time, your body's not going to grow properly. If you can learn to manage your stress and be more calm, your body's going to have an easier time healing itself and taking that time to grow muscle. So me personally, I used to think that more training was always better, but I would ignore my sleep, and I was pretty stressed, which, constantly drained me, and I felt like I was hitting walls all the time. So once I started to prioritize these, my recovery got way better and my actual muscle growth skyrocketed. Just a heads up again, my program includes comprehensive guides on sleep optimization, stress management, mobility routines, and recovery protocols to ensure your body repairs and grows efficiently. Let's see, the third issue is your mindset and having a support team. If you identify as skinny, you will probably trap yourself in a negative feedback loop, meaning you'll tell yourself you're skinny so you won't work out as hard. Then you'll probably go home, and since you're feeling skinny and you feel like you're a skinny guy anyway, you're probably like, I'll be skinny forever, I don't need to eat. And, that cycle will repeat itself over and over into a negative feedback loop. There's a good chance, too, that you're feeling isolated, lost in conflicting advice from person to person online. You might be feeling like a lack of accountability, self-doubt, or sometimes you probably give up after you miss a workout here or there. So what's the solution to this? It's that if you really want to gain muscle and gain natural, strong muscle, you need to be resilient. You need to have a hard mindset, and it helps to have like a supportive brotherhood on top of that. You need a good system for discipline, goal setting, and you want to be able to build your habits even when it gets hard, even when it gets harder, life gets rough. On top of that, you need to be surrounded by guys who get it and guys who have direct access to coaching. Guys who have did it before, guys like myself who have been in your shoes. I'd also like to say that my biggest breakthroughs, they weren't just physical. It was like me feeling like I changed my identity from skinny to like a decently sized guy. And, having direct support and being part of a community which feels like a brotherhood is kind of, in my eyes, non-negotiable for consistent, long-term progress if you really want to keep going. But, in the end, I think that's pretty much the top 3 things I wanted to go over. You've just learned a couple of real reasons why you're probably not gaining muscle. You learned about gaps in your nutrition. You learned about proper recovery, how a limiting mindset can affect you, what it's like to have no support team. But there's some good news is that you can fix all this. I've built the complete solution specifically for young, skinny dudes, natural guys who are just like you, who used to be just like me. It is a core fitness program. It's going to come with a bunch of different things. It's going to come with my school community too. that will literally give you everything you need to start building muscle as like a natural guy. It's going to be a full training blueprint. It's going to have progressive overload, customized options. There's going to be a no BS nutrition guide on top of that. I'll have meal plans in there. I'll have hacks for hard gainers. There's going to be there's going to be a huge module that's dedicated to mindset and recovery too. And inside you can find things like mindset and recovery protocols. I'm going to have exclusive access to other like-minded guys in the Brotherhood. You'll get direct support from me whenever you need it. I call it a program, but it's not really a program. This is like the A to Z map. It's a definitive path, and finally building natural muscle that you've always wanted. So if you're interested in that, feel free to click the link in the description below. You'll get access to me. We can schedule a strategy training or a strategy call to see how you feel about it. If you like it, join the school. You can join the school community. You'll unlock the comprehensive fitness program. And this is your chance to really change your body and change your life. So if you're interested, give it a click. Say what's up. Thanks. See ya.